we were talking about future casting. Obviously, we're always talking about that, but we're talking about it really pinpointed. I was like, you guys, if I was to really simplify down what I do, right now, the program is going really well. People are signing up. So many things are in process. So when I look at, the money that is coming in and I'm making, I'm going to be in the next, I don't know, several months. It's going to be around $100,000 a month, right? But here's the thing, you guys, for a year and a half, every single morning, I pulse out $100,000 energy. So it should be absolutely no surprise at all that this is what is playing out. It should be zero surprise. So every single morning, I'm pulsing out some really simple things. And sometimes I go more into detail, but every single morning, I'm just like, I'm not trying to process all my shit every day. I'm not trying to clear up things. I'm not trying to figure things out about myself. I'm sure there's things to figure out about myself. I'm sure there's things that could be processed. I'm sure I have some wonky belief things going on. I totally will snap at my mom sometimes. Okay. I'm not like I'm not like just in alignment every second of the day. Okay. Like I'm just like a normal person. However, every single morning, I make sure to get into and communicate with the universe the energy that I intend to move into. And that happens to be, usually I'm pulsing out $100,000 is a number that really resonates. Sometimes it's 200,000. So let's just say for the game or whatever, every single morning I'm like, ooh, 100 grand, wealthy woman, wealthy woman. Ooh, my God, my program's amazing. Ooh, my team's amazing. Oh, ooh, I'm so proud. Ooh, I'm so proud. Oh, it's Tracy. Usually, Tracy, I miss you. Usually Tracy, for months, it was every community call, Tracy would make noise and I would mute her. But it's been months since I was able to make fun of Tracy. So thanks, Tracy, for the throwback. So every single morning, right? Every single morning, I am going to look at, wait, where, like, if I don't do this, I'm going to go into the energy of right now. And the energy of right now is like based on reality. And so what I want to make sure is that every single morning, I'm pulsing out financially where I'm going. And then I want to fold in the details that are really important to me, right? So it's not just about the money. The money is really fun because it enables, I don't know why my hand just rose. The money is fun because it enables you to do lots of different things. For me, money is another house, but then next year, one of my big things is starting to really flesh out building a summer camp for kids and starting to teach this stuff to kids, right? So that's something I'm really passionate about. I love that. And I think that next year I'm going to be able to start really working on that project. So money's really good. So it's great to incorporate. You don't have to do anything like for humanity. There's no virtue in that. For me, that may sound like, oh my God, she's going to do something with kids, but it's just selfish. What makes me feel good, right? So I'm doing it, yeah, for the kids, but also because for me, it feels good. It feels good. I like doing that. It makes me happy. So every single morning, I am going to make sure I'm stepping into incredibly wealthy woman energy and folding in some of the details that matter. That it's not just the money, but it's that, ooh, like the flow program is getting better and better and better for at least a year. Every single morning, I'm pulsing out and it's getting better and getting better and getting better and getting better energy, right? So, which leads me to manifest it getting better and better and better. I love my team. I love my team. I love my clients. It's a movement, right? So every single morning, in a really simple way, I'm stepping into this energy. And I love for you guys to pick a number. Pick a number. I don't care what number it is. A number that it gets you excited, where you're just like, oh yeah, I think I'm ready to lean into that number. Now I've made $100,000 a month plenty of times consistently. So that is not a big number to me. That is a getting back up to where I was kind of number. So I'm not saying there's a virtue in having a very high number, but what you want, I love the idea of you picking a range. I remember having a range of, I don't like at one point, the range was 10 to 15, 10 to 15, 10 to 15, 20 to 30, 20 to 30, 20 to 30, 30 to 50, 30 to 50, 50 to 100, 50 to 100, 100 to 200. So I love the idea of you finding like this like range of dollars that you would love to see in your life, whether it's monthly or annually or whatever like cadence, whatever cadence you're used to. And being like, okay, I want to pulse out this. I want to pulse out this, right? I want to pulse out. I want to bring this in. I want to bring this in. I want to bring this in. I want to make sure the universe knows that I'm planning on moving into 20 grand a month, 20. Ooh, I want to pulse out. What is the energy of 20 grand? And then fold in some other things that are important. And I'm going to have this amazing groove with my kid. And my body is just like super strong. And I'm super proud. And I have slow mornings and I feel dialed in. And I'm getting better and better at what I do. And so when you have the success and it's a year, year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, depending on where you are, where you're trying to go, and someone's like, holy shit, like you're really rolling. We want you to be acknowledged that you can future cast yourself, acknowledging the other person in a way that's like, yeah, no shit that this is happening. I just fucking future casted it every day for 18 goddamn months. What do you think was going to happen? Right? Because that's going to be the essence. That is how that energy is going to is going to acclimate in your body, right? And Amy posted that really cool video of this other chick. I don't even know her name, but she did a fantastic job at explaining manifesting and explaining future casting in slightly different language. The post is not far up in the Telegram. Really cool to sometimes hear the stuff with different language. And Hong on Monday asked the question, oh, she's saying that it has to be like a normal, like it has to be like not a big deal. Like the energy of where you want to go can't be such a big deal, because if it feels like such a big deal, then it doesn't feel like can come. It feels too far away. But when you future cast the same energy every day for months on end, that is how you get really comfortable with that energy. Right now, you might be like, well, how am I supposed, and it doesn't have to be money. Maybe you're here for something else, right? Maybe you're here to feel good in your body. Maybe you're here for confidence. Maybe you're here for just being really, really happy. So all of this is interchangeable. The processes are all exactly the same for whatever you're trying to manifest. So realizing, oh, this thing that I want that seems so far away, it's just my job to practice that energy. And when you practice that energy every day, it gets to a point where not much has changed, but you can feel it in every cell of your body that you're on that path, and it is brewing, and it is brewing. It's been a long time for me that I've just known that, oh, all the energy work for 100 grand a month is done. Like that is done. I had no signal. It was just, if I felt it in my body, that is just playing out now. And now it's my job to want to expand in other ways, or more money, or with whatever else. So for me, part of it is expanding, not just in money, but now in new projects, right? In thinking about building a team to be doing this summer camp thing. So so I want to remind you guys in this fresh energy, hi Dory, that the future casting isn't like this, like nice to have. That is you must motherfucking do that shit. We want to get into the groove of just being okay with it's going to take however much time it's going to take. But the nice thing is at this point, our brains should be fully clicked into, if I do the energy work, it's just a matter of time. If I'm doing the energy work on this specific thing, it's just a matter of time. It's okay if you forget that sometimes. It's okay if you have to remind yourself of that sometimes. I sometimes have to. I get overwhelmed, and I think that like getting something right is like really important, right? I think that, I like Deborah and I were just on our call with our coaches we share business tactical coaches. And I was just like, I feel like I have to like get this Facebook advertising thing just right. Oh, I need to do these things just right. And then I will get into that. And then I have to remind myself, what do I actually know? What I actually know is there is no getting anything right. What I actually know is it's my energy. What I actually know is it's my energy and inspired action. So plenty of times I have to reel myself back. But when we're flexing the specific energy of where we want to go every single day, or at least most days, then it's easy. And then that 1 or 2 days where you're super stressed out, it doesn't matter. It's not doing anything. It's just like, it's being human. There's no scenario in which 24 hours a day am flexing $100,000 wealthy woman change, like creating a momentum with my flow program, right? I'm not flexing that out. Probably plenty hours of the day I'm in the energy of reality where I'm just kind of in a good mood, but just doing whatever I'm doing. However, a significant portion, it builds up. There's a compounding effect when every single day I'm focusing on, oh yes, I want to, this amount of money, making it better, getting really good, boom, 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 boom. So we want to remember that we have to sometimes fall back and use the logic that I drank this Kool-Aid. I believe in this stuff. I know that it is energy. And just buckle up, because if you know that and you're doing it, then you can just chill knowing it is coming. It is absolutely coming, and I can feel it. And then there's an unfolding, and the unfolding feels slow. But then 2 years later, you're like, holy shit, so much has happened in 2 years. So it's okay if it feels slow. It always might feel slow, but it's going at the perfect speed for you. The unfolding is happening at the perfect speed, right? I'm pretty good at this stuff, and I've been flexing 100 grand for a year and a half, and am like just rolling, like just about going into that number pretty consistently. So it doesn't matter though, right? Because it doesn't really matter. You might feel like, oh, it matters. I'm in debt. I'm in debt. Your debt has nothing to do with the wealth that you're going into. Has nothing to do with it. Getting out of debt is not how you become wealthy. Building the energy of being a wealthy motherfucking man or woman every morning with or without debt is how you become a wealthy man or woman. With or without your debt. With or without it. With or without it. So if you have a belief that your debt has to be managed before you can become wealthy, that is a flawed premise. That's a flawed premise, because you're going to pay that debt off easily when you're building up the wealth. When you're building up the wealth, get comfortable with it. Don't push it away. Accept it. It's there right now. And that's fine, because because that is going to be teeny weeny compared to the amount of wealth. Wouldn't it be crazy to not flex wealthy woman or man energy every single morning just because there's some menial amount of debt? However much debt you think you have, it's nothing. It is nothing. It's motherfucking nothing. Okay. And it's nothing, especially considering where you're going. So isn't it just a really funny thing if you're like, oh, I'm not going to flex wealthy woman energy because of this tiny amount of money? And that's not even essentially bad, right? Amanda Frances put it really nice in the Rich as Fuck book. It's just a decision to pay it later. It doesn't mean anything about you. Becoming wealthy is the result of holding a wealthy vibration through hard times. That's all. So if I'm summing up for you what I'm doing, it is every morning, I've got like 4 bullet points that help me drop into the energy of everything that's important to me. Money, awesome program, awesome team, awesome life, feel good in my body, daughter, blah, 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 blah. And right now I'm also manifesting somewhere new to live, loving where I live. I was bitching a lot about where I was living. I love like my house. I love my office, but I'd spend time bitching about not having anywhere to eat or something like that. Then I realized, oh, oops, I need to like not have resistance where I'm at. So part of my manifesting that is I have to go out of my way to really flex the appreciation for where I am, for my house, for my friends, for the 2 places that I do eat. And I have to make sure that I'm in harmony with where I am. So when I move away, it's not trying to get out of here. It's like just skipping down the road to something that feels nice and exciting. So this is if you haven't yet dialed in the energy of where you're going, this is my little reminder that it's time. And if you're brand new, okay, I'll give you a couple weeks. But what we want, every single one of what you guys are here for, is to be manifesting something pretty specific. And if it changes over time, cool, fine, no big deal. But for the most part, we all want money and we all want to be proud and we all want to skip down the street. And your future casting can be that simple. And if you know that you want that future casting to be growing your specific business, awesome. Throw some details in about your specific business. If you have no idea where that is going to come from and you're trying to like brainstorm, don't even worry about that, because who really cares what it is if you feel great, the money is there, you're happy, you have ease? Who really cares what the details are of the job or the business or the project or whatever it is? Who really cares if the result is I wake up excited, there's money flowing, I feel really good about what I do, I love how I spend my life? So we can just future cast the essence of what you want, the vibrational essence of what you want. And I promise you, if you're doing that and letting go of the details, you're doing that every day, I don't know, Monday through Friday, hardcore on the weekends, a couple days a week, just like a good chunk of time consistently, it's only going to be a couple of months before you start getting the hunches and the inclinations and the ideas and the talking to somebody. I'm seeing some head nods out there. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And then you're just like, gosh, I'm feeling a little bit better. And gosh, I'm getting these new ideas. And gosh, it seems like it's coming together. And God, if like my mother looked, there'd be not really much to see, but I can feel on the inside that when I do the energy work, it's flowing. And sometimes it's fine to not do it for a couple days, because then you really remember each time, oh yeah, life's so much better when I'm doing this. And it will be maybe for the rest of our lives, we'll go in and out of that. Even with me, right? I'll even forget to do it intentionally if I've got like random travel or something and I get out of my groove. I can feel the difference. And then I'll remember, oh yeah, I have to like set the intention to do it even when traveling. So let's see. Can you guys grab a fresh piece of paper? Can you throw down a number, a range of what you would like to vibrationally move into? Something that's like exciting, not too safe, not too safe, but something exciting, but not something that you feel is impossible. Like if I was to say, Alleah, move into the energy of $1 million a month, I'd be like, God, like that's too far away. I'm not ready for $1 million a month. I don't think that's super far away, maybe in the next few years or something. But right now, I think I'm like more comfortable in the 100 to 250 range. But if for you, you've been making $5,000 or $8,000, and for you, maybe it's 10 to 12, maybe it's 8 to 10, maybe it's 20 to 30. Let's just pick a range where you're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to wiggle into that shit. I'm going to wiggle in there. I'm going to wiggle into that range. That feels available for me to experiment with. What does it mean to experiment with a range? What it means is to experiment with 20 to 30. And how you do that, you sit there and you go 20 to 30, 20 to 30. What would it feel like to make 20 to 30? And either you're going to be like deer in the headlights and you're just going to be like, that feels way too far away. Or you're going to be like, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be like, that'd be like, feels good. Feels like a good range. And if you can think of a nice little juicy range where you're just like, yeah, you know what? I'm ready to wiggle into that range. Great. And then pick a couple of other details. What else, if you had that, if you were making that kind of money, what else would be important? Would it be important for you to be happy? Would it be important to have slow mornings? Would it be important to like feel like your arms never look better while walking by a shop glass, your reflection, right? Would it be spending time with your family? Would it be having a bookkeeper to do all the accounting work? Would it be having an assistant to like help reduce 3 hours of work a day? People who make a lot of money can't possibly work more than like 5 or 6 hours a day. You can't do it. Because people making a lot of money are in alignment, right? A lot of the times, not always. And so they're prioritizing family time and working out, and they're prioritizing energy, and they are enabling assistants to do every possible thing. They're trying to get away. They're trying to do as little as possible, right? They're trying to stay in their zone of genius. That's the Big Leap book. They're trying to stay in doing what they're really, really good at, and then not doing anything that they don't want to do. So you got your paper, you got a nice little range, and you got a couple other juicy pieces of information. Let's future cast this right now. I'm going to put a minute. Oh, I have the Zoom timer. Allison taught me how to do the Zoom timer. So
Quick
we're going to,
question.
yes.
Quick question. So what we're filling in details about what?
So if you're making, let's say you've thrown down, you're like, okay, I want to wiggle into like 10, 20 grand a month, 10, 20 grand a month. What else do you want to make sure that you also have in the groove of making 10 or 20 grand a month?
So like what completes that picture?
Yeah, kind of like what completes
Okay.
the picture. So let's say that this is like a job, right? Let's say that you're like, oh, I want to like make 10 or 15 grand and I want to get a new job, but I also want to I also want to feel like a balanced person. I want to yeah, I want the raise, I want the job, but I also want to be somebody who goes to yoga 3 times a week. And I also want to cook healthy dinners. And I want to have a weekly dinner with my friends or my family. Like that would be amazing. It would be amazing. I want to maybe move it in neighborhood, right? So maybe there's a snapshot where it's like, I'm making 10 or 15 grand a month. I genuinely love what I do. I'm living in this new neighborhood. I go to yoga 3 times a week, and I've just have a weekly dinner with friends. And then you'd be like, oh my God, that would be amazing. If that was my groove, what would that feel like? And at first you might be like a deer in headlights, but I don't know. I'm just trying to answer the questions. But then we drop in, what would it feel like to quantum leap your salary and your job? What would it feel like to just be in a new neighborhood that you just totally loved, and you know all the names of the people who work at the coffee shop? And what would it feel like where every Friday night you had dinner with friends or family, where it was just God, I've got it all. I've got it all. God, it would be so good. It would be so, 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 so good. It would be so good. Gosh, it would just be I fucking crushing life. I'm crushing life, and it's 10 to 20, making 10 or 20, 8 to 10, 10 to 15, 10 to 20, whatever your range is, 20 to 30, 30 to 50. Ooh, I'm this wealthy man, wealthy woman. Gosh, I just have this wealthy swagger where I got the money. I like what I do. I have my friends. I like my home. Fuck, life is perfect. I'm really fucking proud. I'm really proud that I worked so hard in the beginning part of my life. And I'm really proud that I've done this now. Really proud, really proud. Now it's now you have the specific signal, right? Where the cheesy thing, right? You don't have to be in a manifestation to have bought into where focus goes, energy flows, right? Everybody believes that. Nobody doesn't believe that. Where focus goes, energy flows. So if every single day we're focusing on 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand, happy, easy, groove, boom, 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 and we get really, really, really good at the energy, that's our point of attraction.